Hey, what's going on, guys? Archer Mark here. I'm back with another video. And I'm making this video because today is a special day. It's a very special day. It's May 25th, 2013, and that marks the 30th anniversary of Episode 6, The Return of the Jedi. So that's a very special. It's a special day for all us Star Wars fans. It's a special day. For me, Jedi is my own personal favorite of the original trilogy. In fact, of all the Star Wars films, that would be my favorite. Many people would say that Empire is the best of the six films, and it is a better movie. But like I said, it's a personal favorite. And I've gone into more detail on this story in the past in other videos. I went through the whole story about how seeing Jedi with my dad, and it's connected to this special childhood moment of mine or memory of mine. I'm not going to go into the whole story again because I've done it before, but just for me, that movie will always remind me of that memory when I was 8 years old, seeing that in the theaters in '83. So for me, it's my personal favorite. And I was thinking, also, 30 years. It's amazing that it's been 30 years. Like, where has the time gone? How has 30 years passed? So much has happened over the past 30 years. And you have this movie that at the time we figured would probably be the last Star Wars movie. It's you have the cliffhangers from Empire that's tying up. We have basically the fall of the Empire and the Return of the Jedi, as the title suggests. And who knows? And now we had the prequels, and here we are just a couple of years away from Episode 7, and even more movies, and a new animated series, Star Wars Rebels, has been announced. So just so much going on that we had no idea would be coming back in '83. There's no way of knowing that so much would come since then. Now, of the three movies, the original movies, now you have everyone has sort of a special part for everyone, or a piece of their heart, a feeling in their heart for each of the movies. You have some that have the original film as their favorite, and rightly so. It's without that movie, we wouldn't have the other movies and the action figures and all these great things, books and comic books and whatnot. So that movie's obviously very important. It introduced us to this galaxy and all these great characters and so on and so forth. And Empire, which again is considered to be one of the greatest movies ever. It's one of the best sequels, certainly. And it's just so well made, and so many great characters new characters introduced, and there's some great action, and the script and all that. It's a really great movie. So Jedi, I think sometimes for some people, maybe many people, feel it's sort of a lesser movie. I don't think that. I don't feel that way. There's all these things. If you look at, I'll go over some things that I've been thinking about while wanting to do this video. Certain things that were in Episode 4, that there are similar things in Episode 6 that harken back to that movie. And there were things that were just done better in Jedi, which, and many of the reason being because you had more money to deal with, and effects had gotten a little better, and obviously the people at ILM and Lucasfilm had gotten some more experience through the first two movies on how to do effects and how to do spaceships and laser blasts and all that stuff. The things I'm talking about, for instance, the creature cantina in A New Hope. Everyone loves the creature cantina. You walk in, we see all these amazing aliens and weird creatures and goofy looking guys, and we see Han Solo for the first time. So it's there's the whole confrontation with Luke and Paul Nababa and Dr. Evasian, that whole thing. So some great moments in there. And many people love that scene. But from what I've read from various interviews and things I've seen with George Lucas, he hated it. And hate may be a strong word. It's just it didn't turn out the way he would have loved it to ultimately have turned out. And it's just, like I said, it was just time restraints and budget. And I think there were some people that got sick that couldn't work on the masks. So just things that just never got made the way he would have liked it to have gotten made. And with Jedi, it was an opportunity. He was able to improve on that scene, at least in part. Obviously, the Jabba the Hutt sequences are sort of the Jedi version of the Cantina sequences, or sequence. Look at so many more characters and creatures and weird aliens. And again, you had a little more budget and more people to work on this stuff. Certainly, Jabba the Hutt himself, making that creature come to life was just an outstanding achievement. You think if there's, it's a giant puppet. It's probably one of the biggest puppets ever made for a movie, if not the biggest. You have like 5 or 6 people in the puppet itself, working the left arm and the right arm, and making the chest bellow in and out to show him breathing. You had a little person in the tail, working the tail. There were people on the outside with radio controls, and they're working the eyes and the tongue and this and all these other things. So it's just an amazing, and it looks so amazing on screen. It's something that can't fully be redone with CG. So you had that. One thing also is the space battle at the end, which I think, to me, it's the best space battle of all 6 movies. I love that space battle. I think it's even better than the Episode 3 one. Even though there's a lot going on and the ships maybe look better and whatnot, but I think it's just a more quality space battle. It's just, to me, because you have the ships are flying around and you got the battle of the big ships and you have the X-Wings and the dogfights and Rebel ships get blown up and Empire ships get blown up, and you have the Falcon zooming around. And in that movie, as opposed to the other movies, the Falcon, because of the Rebel army, was able to be fully manned. We had a full crew for the Falcon to work the guns and work the radars and work this, and obviously be in the cockpit and fully man the cockpit and everything that's going on there. So it's just a scene that is similar to what we see in the original film, just was able to be done better. It was Lucas had a chance to go back and do something a little better than what he was able to do. Many people feel it's a lesser film, I think, because, the ending is attacking the Death Star and blowing up another Death Star. It's like, we've seen that already. We saw that in the original film. And again, I want to stress, I'm not trying to bash the original film. I love the original film. Again, without that film, we don't have Jedi, or any of the other stuff. So I just want to make that clear. But you have, is it as original as the original film, or Empire? Empire is a more personal ending with the duel between Luke and Vader. But this is the ending we got, and it's not the most as original, but it's still very exciting. You have a full-on battle, like I said, and it's intercutting with what's going on inside the Death Star with Luke and Vader and the Emperor and all that stuff. And then, of course, cutting down to the ground battle. But I think it's very exciting. It's very dynamic. And then you have other things. You have the whole speeder bike chase, which is really cool and exciting. One thing I remember, even when I was younger, wanting to see is a Jedi fighting off a whole bunch of guys. We've obviously got to see that a lot more in the prequels. But with that whole sand skiff Sarlacc battle, we got Luke, and he is fending off all of Jabba's goons practically by himself. He's takes out a lot of them, the majority of them. Obviously, Lando's there and Han and Chewie are there, but Luke is doing the majority of the fighting. I just love the idea of a Jedi fighting off like 10 guys at the same time or whatnot, and he's blocking blaster bolts and all these things. And to me, that was just very exciting. Like I said, I mentioned the speeder bike chase, and then you have the Ewoks, which I know for many people hate the Ewoks. I love the Ewoks. I still love the Ewoks, especially at the time. Again, I was 8 years old. I loved the Ewoks at 8 years old. Certain characters are obviously designed for a certain age group. So I love the Ewoks, and I don't care. I've been very excited of all the Ewok figures that have come out over the past year. So I still would love to see an Ewok village, a new Ewok village. I don't think we'll ever see that. But anyway, that's just, I think that's kind of all the kind of basic points I wanted to make. This is just sort of trying to be like sort of an overview of my thoughts on episode 6 and just what that movie means to me. And just 30 years is a big milestone. It's a big deal. It's to me, it's just very exciting. I love it. I'm wearing just kind of a basic black and white Star Wars t-shirt. It's very basic. Probably later on today, I'll probably watch Jedi on Blu-ray. I watched all 3 of the original films back on May the 4th, for May the 4th be with you. But I'll watch it again because, I can never watch Star Wars too much. There's no such thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. It's just sort of, like I said, just an overview of what I think of this movie and what the 30th anniversary for it, means to me. So I definitely wanted to make something. I know there are various things going on today, and I know that there's the Star Wars weekends, and they have some exclusive Return of the Jedi merchandise you can only get there, and Disneyland and all that stuff. And I'm sure other people will have videos or specific reviews they're doing today, or I know there's a podcast going on with RF Biker Scout and all that stuff. And this is my little input on the day, my little addition to the day. So hope you enjoyed this video. I'd love to know what you guys think. As usual, comment, rate, subscribe. What do you think about Return of the Jedi, and what are your thoughts, in the trilogy as a whole, or the saga as a whole. If you want to do a video response, hey, that'd be cool too. But yeah, I just wanted to make this, and just a few points I just thrown out there, just for the heck of it, just to give my thoughts on this film and what it means to me. So that's it. Until my next video, I'll just sign off and simply say, may the Force be with you.